Вначале это синхронизация звука. Вот. Hello, Ilya.
Sup?
I'm happy to see you here, by the way.
Happy to be there.
I would like to talk with you about a couple of things in general. That I think people would like to know about you, about Russia overall. Me as a person who lives in a I guess in a completely different environment. I mean, as a Moscow born person.
Yes, again.
In general, there is a thing that people believe, at least, that there is a very big difference.
I think there is difference. Maybe not big, but some difference.
Yeah. I think there might be, but well, yeah.
We will figure it out.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. That's fine by me. And we can start with, just talking about where have you been? Where have you born? Have you been born? That's it. Where have you been born?
Let's start at the beginning. I was born in 1988. I'm 34 years old. I was born in Kopeysk. It's in Chelyabinsk Oblast. It's a region in the middle of Russia. It's between the European and the Asian part of Russia, right in the middle. Yes. It's in Russia. It's called Ural. I was born on Ural. Uralets.
As a vehicle, as a car.
Yes, we have
very
vehicles.
Popular.
Yes, trucks. They produce it in the Mias. Yes, well, I was born there and I lived there all my life. I never been
abroad.
Never. I only travel on Russia. I once was in Moscow and 2 times in St. Petersburg. And well, I ride all my region, Chelyabinsk Oblast. I travel there because it's cheap and there are places that
to see.
Yes, there are great nature. There's Ural mountains. There are national park Taganai. There's great
sites.
Nature.
Great sites.
Yeah, great sites, great views. It's what I love about my hometown and about Russia in general. It's the nature, because I love nature in general, but because I've seen the nature in Russia, I think it's beautiful. Yes, well,
it's something to see.
Yes, I have a wife. I have a daughter. She's 2.5 years. They now in Russia. Now I am in Serbia, in Novi Sad, with you and you guys. Yes, I flee from Russia because of the political reasons. Because I see no other variants. Me and my wife, we decide to leave Russia. I don't know. We don't have the plan, the big plan,
for many years ahead.
Yes, for many years forward, but because of the mobilization and the war stuff, we decide that we want to leave Russia and live somewhere else in other country. because we think that is
The correct way
the
forward.
correct way, and is safely
Safer.
more safer. Yes.
For you or for the kids, for the family?
For me, yes, and in long distance for my family, for my little daughter, because if you look in the future and imagine what will be in Russia,
what it will become.
Yeah. Yes, I don't see the bright future. I see only darkness and I don't know, sad things because of all this stuff with war. I don't know.
What was the sorry to disturb your speech, but what was the final droplet that made you take this decision, consider it seriously? Because I mean, as a person who has never left country, Russia, I mean, yeah, it's a big country and there are plenty of people in USA who have never left it, but it's a very similar thing to live in Russia in rural country cities and in USA, for example.
Yeah.
But what I have left multiple times, for example. So in some ways, it's a path already established for me. But for you, as who has never been, I presume, in anywhere even close.
Yes, I've never been, but I've seen all of this because of the internet. I saw how people live in other countries, how the other countries governed, because I don't know, the level of freedom, the level of living, the economical levels. Well, and the final droplet, I think it was the mobilization, because I wasn't really concerned about it, because I thought that they will never come for me. Well, I think
you are 33.
At 33 years, and I have a child, and I thought I'm never serve in military. Why would they come for me? There's plenty men's that want to go for a war. Well, maybe not plenty, maybe not a lot, but I know the people that do go and do and that want, that consider this variant. One of my friends, he seriously told me that, oh, maybe I will go for a war, just casually. I asked him, why? Do you want die or what? Why? And he answered me, well, to earn some money.
As a professional soldier?
Yes, he thought that he will go for a war and they will pay him for it. My wife was really concerned. They thought they will they will grab me off a street and.
Has this ever happened in Chelyabinsk?
In Chelyabinsk, well, I don't know. I don't hear this. This stuff happens. But, well, you know, when you get information from this opposition medias, they all told you that they will come for you, and they will grab you, and they will grab your husbands and your sons and your brothers. Well, maybe because of this. Well, in general, they live in Russia. We always thought about it, about living in Russia, to live somewhere else, in some
By
other.
we, you mean you and your wife?
Yes, we as a family, we talk about it, we thought about it, but we don't do nothing. We just talk about it, and uh, when the time come and when the all this stuff happens.
As English speaking, push comes to shove.
Yeah.
Толчок приходит толкнуть.
Вот, да. Петух клюнул.
Ну да.
And we decide. Why Serbia? Because my wife have a friend, and her husband, he's got a job here in Serbia, and they relocate him here, and they live here already. Well, and they told about Serbia that this good place to live, and this cheap.
Fairly cheap.
Yes.
Well, it's fairly cheap.
Yes.
I don't know.
By comparison, if you compare to
how do you compare the prices to Chelyabinsk?
Chelyabinsk, well, maybe a little higher, but in general.
Here higher.
Yes, here. No, for some products,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, X,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know, maybe.
On average,
It's about the same. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, it's cheaper here, and it's friendly country for Russians,
Mm-hmm.
and it's easier because of you don't need the visa.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a visa. I only have a passport, загран passport.
No,
International.
passport.
Yes, I have a Russian passport.
Okay.
Well, we did the passports
Mm-hmm.
for all my family, for my wife, for my kid, for myself, and look for the ticket on a plane, and yes, and I flew here.
Okay.
Now I'm here, and okay.
I was, yeah, that's very good, by the way. That's really good. I mean, as I'm trying to remember my first experience living, it was just the feeling was kind of strange.
Yes,
you can breathe freer air, for example.
Yes.
Something for you similar.
Yes. Maybe it sounds strange, but you can feel it. I mean it, because
something has been lifted from your head,
yes, a burden it's fall from my shoulders.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I live here and I live. I don't know why. One day at time, how it says.
For example, I would explain it as if my existence in Russia has been like under an eye of Sauron.
Maybe yes.
The big brother is watching us all the time. That was my experience.
Yes.
I can't really do something or say rather.
Yes.
Especially on the internet.
On the internet, yes, but and in the public places, I don't know. You can't speak. It's a feeling that you can't speak loud. In a crowd of people, for example. If you start to saying something about politics or something about Putin or war, and it was a crime to call a war. It was special operation, and if you call it war, you may get fined, yes, and maybe even go to jail.
Well, I've heard about it, and for example, for me, it wasn't as much of a fear about this exact thing. Speaking in public places, but for example, I've heard this real story that someone around, well, in Russia somewhere, I don't know exactly where, like a woman and the man were sitting in a restaurant and they got arrested, like very recently,
that is recently,
like
yeah.
almost a week
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, yeah.
And to me, hearing this even right now feels kind of strange, as if, you know, there are people who live under these presumptions of conspiracy, right? That you, especially like in America and other countries, that are very fearful about what they say, and that everyone is listening to them and everyone is out to get them, and it at many times it sounds like just simply these theories, just theories, you know? But right now it's quite like a strange thing to see the line it has been crossed, like visually, that it happened.
Yes, it's like being in a book.
Similar things happen. Yeah, you can read about it or see it in the war movie of World War II.
Yeah. But in history, there's examples of it. You remember the history and how it was in Germany or in Soviet Russia, where the Stalin governed. It was the similar.
There were some ways I hear that, for example, during World War II and the Vietnam War in USA, there have been prosecutions of people speaking out against war and stuff. But it's a kind of, I don't know, it was a completely different time. There was no internet.
Yes.
You can't even speak to people in other countries unless you send a physical message that will be opened in multiple countries at the time. So now you can send stuff without problems and talk to people, and it kind of seems weird that someone would actually go set upon this path, and now it's happening, and I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't know either. It's shocking, yeah, and it's. I remembering me when the war just started. It was a shock. I was like in a, I don't know, limbo. What's happening? The war? What? 21st century? What? The real war? The rockets flying to the buildings, and you see these videos. It was, I don't know, it was a week, maybe 2 weeks. We live like in a, I don't know, in a hell. We don't know what to do. My wife, she's crying. I don't know. It was very, very hard. Yes.
And what was the hardest thing about this experience? I mean, was it something like personal, maybe plans that have been shattered, or maybe something else?
Well, I think it's the personal plans, yes, with all of this, but I'm very empathic person, and I always thought about the people, innocent people who live in Ukraine and their sufferings. I can't imagine it. I'm always imagining it, put it on myself, and just imagine how it will be if my house was bombed, or my children was die, or my family was harmed. I can't imagine it. It was very hard for me. And the general, how the Russia will be after this, how it will exist. It's a terrible thing. It's like you live with a friend, and then you realize that your friend is murdered, and how you will live in this friend, how it's, I don't know, it's flipped
on your head.
Yes, it's terrible. I
That's
thought
a very
how it's
interesting analogy. That's
because I am a Russian. I live in this country. I don't want a war in any circumstances. I don't imagine the reason to start a war. You know, I can understand when the war comes to your home and you
Take up arms.
yes, find back to fight for your family. Yes, when the robber comes to your home, you fight back.
Yeah, but in Russia
It's-
mostly illegal to fight back a robber.
Yes,
Because if you hit him
Yes,
with a knife,
yes.
for example, and he has like a bat,
yes,
like,
yes,
you will go to jail.
yes.
Nice.
Don't beat the robbers.
Yeah, ever in Russia.
Just,
lie down
ju-
and die.
No, just ask him politely. Please don't kill us. Please leave. Oh yes, and and all this stuff.
Sure. Let's continue. A minor technical difficulty happened, but now I hope we are on track. And we were talking about. You remember what we were talking about?
About Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sad thing, but
Yeah. Yes. You were talking about the Ukrainian conflict, and I was interested in a couple of controversial moments. One of which is how do you think? What is the reasoning? What is the at least propaganda saying that is the reasoning for invading Ukrainian territories as of right now?
the official propaganda version. No, there's
As you remember it.
well, I don't listen it because
Yeah. Me neither, but you know,
Yes.
we hear it from multiple.
yes, we hear it. The Nazification, some bullshit. I don't know. Is it really the reason? Denazification? What the fuck is this? Denazification. Is there so many Nazis in Ukraine that you have to send tanks and bomb the Ukraine? Are they all the Ukrainians Nazis or what? I don't understand it. How many people should be Nazi to start a war? How many? Типа half of a country or third of a country? How many? We have Nazis everywhere. We have Nazis in Russia, in USA, in Europe, in Germany. Everywhere have their Nazis. Skinheads, I don't know. But is there the real reason?
So you doubt that
I doubt it.
this is the correct reason why it happened?
Because it's, I don't know. There was how many years the Ukraine exists and how many years it exists in the middle of Europe. And all the European countries, then they don't notice it, that in the center of Europe there is a country where the Nazis is growing up and getting bigger and starting to getting the rulers' positions. Or what? How it possible? I don't think so. Well, if you believe in the conspiracy, you have you may it's never enough arguments for you, because when I say the Europe, how they don't see it, you may say, and the people saying, well, the Europe, they all in one with the, it's I don't know, it's a global government that stands over
Illuminati.
Yes, Illuminati, reptiloids.
Yeah.
Well, is there the real argument? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess this is one of the ways. Yeah, but and I mean the situation.
Donbass thing.
Yeah.
That there was a war in Donbass. They killing our peoples. All the people that want to leave Donbass, they leave it. In Russia, in Ukraine, if you want to save our peoples, our Russian peoples, send the humanitarian help. Get them all together, put it on a bus, on a train, on a plane, and
or multiple trains.
yes,
So
and
they won't bomb them, for example.
get it all in Russia. If you so
Eager to
yes,
to
to all
save.
Russian people. I don't know. I don't think there's a million Russian peoples that you couldn't get in Russia. This.
Well, at least there's plenty of space.
Yes, you have Siberia that it's I don't know
Empty.
how many Ukrainians
Can fit in there.
can fit in the Siberia. I don't know. Well, for me, it's a silly reason too. I don't believe it.
Weak reasoning. Yeah, okay. But one of the other things is that Russia is using, at least I hear it's using it now. I don't know whether it has been using this argument previously, because, well, the argument
They're changing
is...
the arguments every week because I don't know.
One of the main, arguments that is, I guess, the most powerful that I've heard is that there has been signed a document, a legal document back in 90s when the Soviet Union has collapsed.
With the NATO.
With NATO, that it would not expand further to these ex-USSR countries. And what do you think about this whole situation? Do you feel like the USA might be doing that, and whether they do?
Oh, I don't know. I won't believe it.
You won't believe it.
I don't want to believe it.
Do you think that it can be true?
Well, the problem with conspiracies that it's all can be true. You know, you can imagine all the possibilities. I don't know. For me.
By the way, it's a very, I think, perfect way to swear in Russian and to say everything else in English. It would be just perfect.
I don't know, maybe, but why? If it's true, then I need to assume that USA and all Europe, they are all very evil people in the government, and they want to destroy Russia. But okay, if they want, if this is their reason or what, or then why they have so much power? Why didn't they just bomb it?
Bombing is not very popular in 21st century. Well, not in the first countries, I mean, and not in Europe, for example. It's not popular. But, I mean, America did bomb a couple of other countries that are not in Europe a couple of times, and for multiple reasons which may be debatable. And
okay, if it was the evil plan of America, then it's worked, because Russia now is weak, and well, if all in Russia knows that this is the evil plan of America, then America wins. They
have fallen for their trap.
Yes, yes, and America put their plan, and they
executed it completely.
Yes, executed it.
Yeah.
What should I say? Yes, and now propaganda says it, that this is America. Well, the America wins they plan it and they do it, and we fall for it. What?
Yeah, I guess. If they didn't presume that Russia would do such an act of violence, for example, and then maybe people who are making this plan are kind of stupid, because I mean it's one of the most obvious ways. It's possibly the most popular and useful way for Putin to execute his will. So I guess it seems kind of stupid, as if they didn't really plan ahead as much.
Yes, why should you follow for this tease?
Mm-hmm.
They tease you. Oh, okay. Invade
like
Ukraine.
a bull running for the.
And you know that this is the evil plan, and you
still act.
Yes. Why? If you know that this is their evil plan, that they plan to
destroy you, control you.
Economical sanctions after this.
By the way, do you think that the sanctions, any of them, are working? And
I don't know.
Do you feel like any, as a person who lives in Chelyabinsk, have you felt any of those aspects affect your life?
Living in Chelyabinsk was struggle all the time.
No matter what.
Yes. No matter. Is there
nothing
sanctions
has changed,
or is there not? I don't know. The economics in Russia, I think it's very bad. The prices are high. The salaries are low.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There is poor people in my town everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's devastating, because there is the store fixed price, where all the prices fixed. They should be fixed.
Yeah,
it depends. It's
on time of day.
Yes, and they sell the lowest quality stuff.
Yeah,
lowest quality, the cheapest products
from China.
Yes, from China. There's plastic. And we go there because they have cheap toilet paper and this paper blankets.
Yeah.
Towels.
Towel.
Yes, and we buy them there. And every time you go there, you see the poorest people. Oh, it's very sad. Very sad. I always go there and
come back disappointed,
yes,
distressed.
How these people, and they don't. These people are working.
Mm-hmm.
They go to work every day, 5 days a week, and all they can afford it's the cheapest stuff. Maybe there is such things in other countries. I don't know, but it's just my personal experience.
What's the general pay of a job in Chelyabinsk?
In Chelyabinsk.
Or even in Kopeysk.
In Kopeysk. I don't know the
statistics. In rubles. Well, as you would imagine.
If you earn... Так, сколько евро? $70, 70 или 80?
80.
80 rubles, it's 1 euro. Then, не знаю, 30 тысяч рублей.
30 тысяч. 30,000 rubles. I will calculate it. But 30,000 in Chelyabinsk?
In Kopeysk. In Chelyabinsk, it's... If you earn 30,000, it's so-so, you know. You can live, but you can не можешь откладывать ничего. You can put on savings. You can afford the I don't know, the TV.
You can't afford a Bentley.
Bentley. I don't see a Bentley in Kopejsk. Never.
Well, there are some people who love to drive their new bought cars in a small town that they have been born in,
Yes.
you know, to feel themselves elevated. But
Yeah, there is the
not in Kopejsk, no.
no Bentley in Kopejsk. No. Mercedes, maybe Land Cruiser, yes.
Old ones.
No,
New?
there is rich people in Kopejsk. They have, I don't know, maybe they work in local city halls. I don't know, the bureaucrats.
Yeah.
They
Government officials.
yes, government officials,
Mhm.
locals. Maybe entrepreneurs, businessmen. They, yes, but average people, I don't know, the carpenter, the plumber.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know. The plumbers in Russia, it's
Oh yeah, just
It's a meme,
drunkards,
I think.
drunkards. Yeah.
yes.
All the time. I have never personally. Well, I've seen once, and in Moscow, and we were doing a business with. I was working as a chef there, and we were looking for a guy to do the plumbing, and well, we found a guy, and he was okay. He was a good salesman, and this is one of the ways he stayed sober. But yeah, even some of them, like in Moscow, they get fairly okay pay in comparison to all of the Russia, and they buy good clothes and they look like really good, by the way, better than me, for example, and they're so like completely wasted for multiple years of drinking.
Maybe it's a requirement.
For the job to apply.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. It's a hard job, by the way. So it's
Yes,
it's not
but-
easy. And it smells horrible most of
Yes,
the time.
and you should get the good money for the
Yeah.
job, for this
Yeah.
job, because no one wants to do the plumbing because it's disgusting, because it's hard.
It's really hard. I mean, it
Should pay
fairly well.
good, yes, but
At
in
least
Russia-
to the normal standards. I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
general standards of an office worker, for example.
and I never understand it. Why? Why if you want to live good in Russia, you should be or a businessman or work in the government or I don't know. That's it. If you regular job,
High standing policeman or
well, they're not
now.
rich. They okay too. I think. It's,
well, yeah, from bribes all the time. They rise in ranks and more bribes
yes,
come
yes,
their
it's
way.
stable and it's okay.
Stable income of bribes.
Yes. Well, I don't understand why you can't work a regular, I don't know, labor, the hand labor and
Yeah.
earn good money. You always have to, if you want to earn more, you have to have a business, you have to...
Yeah, as Medvedev has said,
Yes, yes.
it's how to translate it properly. If you want to be a teacher, then it's like it's your not a life choice; it's your moral choice,
Yes.
as if. And if you want to make money, you should be a businessman.
Yes.
Said he.
You can be a teacher and
Yeah. You don't expect to get any money, basically.
Yes, it's awful. Because all my relatives, my grandmother, she was
Accountant?
accountant. Yes, all her life. She worked.
It's a fairly good paying job. I think.
Yes, but she got pension. I don't know, 20,000 rubles.
Jesus. Jesus. That's crazy.
You work all your life for your country. You pay taxes. You give your time. You give your life.
You don't break the law even.
Yes, you're a good man. You do nothing wrong. I don't get
And
it.
you get punished by basically for being good.
Yes.
That's the Russian way.
I
Right now, by the way.
this-
Not, it doesn't have to be.
This is thing I hate in Russia.
Yep.
Because I think if you're a good man, you should live how you want to live. You shouldn't be worried about the food or about
On your table,
how
yeah.
you should pay for your rent and this stuff.
By the way, how would you tell of how do you think your experience, your surroundings have changed during your life, during your childhood and the adult age? Have you felt any difference? Because, I mean, well, you have lived a bit more than I have, but still, you have a different experience, and even in Chelyabinsk, are the changes significant in the recent 21 years, at least?
I don't know.
Have the people changed? Have the surrounding, buildings collapsed? I don't know. Or have been repainted? Anything
yes, I get it. No. The town where I lived,
Yeah.
I remember in him it
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
from my childhood to nowadays.
Mm.
It's no change at all. It's
Exactly the same.
well, the roads the same pedals in the middle of the road, the
Puddles
puddles.
yeah, and holes.
Holes, yes. The bordures, how it's
Well,
I don't know. This on the sidewalks.
sidewalk.
Yes,
Yes, that's the.
They all crumbled. They all destroyed. Nothing.
And they
changed.
have been like this
like this
your
for-
whole life.
Yes, my whole life.
Okay.
Buildings. They paint them from
Right.
time to time, but I don't know.
With their legs, I think. Yeah. Not handwork. but
Yes.
quality work in any way.
And this is the problem. They don't spend money for.
Oh no, they spend it.
They spend.
I mean, it comes. It leaves
Yes,
the account
on
of
the
the
paper,
guy.
yes, they spend it on the paper, and they buy the stupid things. The как заборы, блин.
Yeah. Metal walls. I mean, I get
Yes.
it. Like gates and stuff.
Yes, I don't remember the word, but they buy for a city stupidest thing you can imagine.
Mm.
They don't renovate the buildings or the I don't know houses. They
Mm-hmm.
I don't know waste the money.
And do like the buildings that need renovation, they stay like this till forever, or maybe they do something to them,
They do something little by little. They do something, but I think it's not enough. I think it should be faster. You should look. You should live and see the
difference. Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's definitely true. Because for example, here, as I think I've told you when we first met, but I've seen the renovation of a couple of buildings like a kilometer away from here, like in front of my eyes basically, and it's not like the best temperature outside or anything like this, and the buildings are not tiny, they're fairly big, and they have repainted them, they have they've done all the outside work like in a month, like, of a whole building, and it's now painted and it's done from the outside. Now the internals are being redone, and a month, and it's a completely new
because
building.
the money goes where it should go.
Yeah.
You you got the money, you have a plan,
Yeah.
you work.
You have
on this
workers, and then workers. Do you see in Chelyabinsk like Russians working, or maybe it's somewhere from
Asia.
close proximity
Yes.
from ex-USSR countries, and like not exactly legally transported people.
I don't think that it's in Chelyabinsk. It's similar to Moscow. I think in Chelyabinsk there is a lot of Russians who works in constructions.
Lots of Russians.
Yes, because
it's a completely different situation in Moscow.
Yes, because you can get the decent salary at the constructions. They work hard, but they have
crazy.
Good salaries. Yes, and I think because of that, lots of Russians.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Как определенная прослойка типа людей, понимаешь, типа определенный слой людей.
А что делает что?
Ну, то есть они работают там, понятно, не высокообразованные люди. Определенные типа.
So Chelyabinsk has a significant amount of working class people. You mean? That's.
Нет, in the constructions, the workers they are the low class people, if you can say so.
Yeah.
They don't have the high education. It's a low class.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the bottom of the pyramid.
Yes. If you have the good education, which is very hard, I think, if you don't educate yourself and if you have a really big desire for it. If you want to learn, if you want to study, then you may become a good professional.
But is it common for people to have a degree in Chelyabinsk?
Yeah, we have
like percentage wise, how much?
I don't know.
50, 70% have
I
them?
don't know.
Really. Like a guess, I mean. In your experience, for example.
The young people all want to have education, and they go to university, but not always they get the job after that. They study,
They finish.
They finish
the university,
but
they get
after
the degree.
They work whatever else, but not on their profession.
It's very common.
Because I don't know why.
Because the pay is not enough. I mean, for example, I was studying one of multiple ways why I stopped getting and I left the university was the idea that my pay would be about 45,000 rubles at the end of 6 years of learning rocket science, by the way. Rocket science, like designing and of rockets and the stations that propel those rockets. I mean, this is a huge stuff, and you send people into space like an alien territory. Not like even building roads or anything like this. It's a very complicated thing. And 45,000 rubles for many years, for like 5 or more years. Then you might get 65,000 rubles.
Well, you might.
If you're very lucky, but it's still.
You might go to X-Space and work there.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. My dreams were shattered already.
You have to be the real good professional. You have to study very well, I think.
And
there is people who study well, who work hard, I think, and I think they leave Russia and work somewhere else.
Yeah.
And
this is very common, by the way. Especially with IT students in the latest. Okay, a couple of things we will pass, I guess. I'm already getting a bit like.
Well, maybe we
Do it again?
meet, yes.
Yeah, definitely. I think. Overall, I mean, your experience, what do you think about, first of all, what you have thought about Europe and the USA before you have left?
I don't know, maybe it sounds silly, but I thought that USA, this is the greatest place to live.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it's not true. I thought that the USA has huge economics. They has huge salaries.
Then culturally, I mean, the
culturally.
culture. I mean, but yeah, you are talking about USA, but if you think about it, we use a lot of things and consume a lot of things from the USA. At least that have been designed in the USA.
Yes.
I'm talking about Apple right now.
Yes, maybe they produced in other countries, but
yeah.
Culturally, I think there is
films like movies.
Yes, we all
TV shows.
Raised in a USA culture.
Yeah.
I think the movies, the kids movies.
Yeah, cartoons.
Cartoons.
Yeah.
We always watch the cartoons on the TV. It was Nickelodeon. It was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've seen like quite a lot of USSR cartoons, by the way.
Yes.
Like even me, I was raised at the end of the Soviet, like it basically collapsed already, I guess, as I have some mind developed, and I still consume a lot of and I enjoy a lot of these USSR
if
movies.
You compare to nowadays, maybe I sound like an old
fart.
Yes. Well, there is good products, Смешарики, например.
Yeah, it's good.
Good cartoon, because my daughter, with her, I watched the cartoons.
A couple of them, yeah.
Yes, they are good, but the Soviet cartoons, they good.
They were like psychedelic in many ways.
Yes.
They're very creative. I mean, they're like, you don't exactly understand most of the things that happen there. Even now.
And they are more artistic, I think. You watch them and you see the things. And все, я уже забалтываюсь.
Да, встаем. Ничего страшного.
When you grow up and you rewatched it, you see it different, because you noticed the stuff that you didn't notice when you was young.
Yeah.
When you're young, you watch it like an entertainment. Oh, the animals talking. Oh, good, okay.
Yeah, and it's like it consumes you the process of watching it, because it's like alien.
Yes. For example, Ну погоди.
Yeah.
It's
like Tom and Jerry.
Yes,
very
like
similar, but it's fairly. It's different, and it's a lot of Russian stuff is in there.
Yes.
And it's not like copy pasted like stuff is right now.
Yes.
Like Hollywood movies are copied, and we have Russian movies now, but it's just the same stuff with Russian faces and bad acting.
Bad acting. Oh, acting in Russian films, yes. Well, yes, we all grow up and consume the Europe and the European and the USA culture. I don't see the problem with it, because all world consume it.
But I guess in some ways it's a war. I mean, in cultural war, and if you would think about it that way, I guess
not war,
if we would
competition.
Yes,
It's,
yeah, but
like a competition.
war
Why
is
it's-
I guess a kind of a competition. It's a one.
Yes,
it's a
but
very
no one,
harsh
no
competition.
one dying in the competition, I think.
Yeah, but culturally, our ideas die though.
Ideas, yes, but we can share ideas and we can get the ideas from other cultures. I don't know.
Yeah,
The
but
culture
why
is the
was
I think that the culture is the opposite of war, and the culture must give people the I don't know the feeling that the war is not the option. All the I don't know all the Russian culture, all the great Russian culture, literature, the art,
yeah
the it's all teach you not to go for a war. It's all teach you to
to
love,
express yourself?
yes,
Yeah.
to express yourself, to live your life, to I don't know, love life, to find the beauty in life, not kill people. I don't know. Is there the book where the killing other people is good? You can defend yourself. You can defend your opinion on, or you rebel
Against the
against,
prosecutor of yeah
The freedom is
of
the main.
opposition.
I
Yeah.
don't know. And now, for me, it's so difficult because I love culture, I love literature, I love the movies, Soviet movies. There is a lot of movies about the war, about the Second
World War.
World
Mhm.
War,
Mhm.
and all they teach you that war is a terrible thing. And now we started the war. I don't get it. Don't get it.
Okay.
War is always bad. Always. It's not. You should not. You never should romanticize it. There is no romance in war. It's only blood, tears, miserable. I don't know. It's
Misery. Yeah.
misery. Yeah. Well,
Okay. One last thing before our tongues just
yeah.
How was your first experience of leaving your country?
Living.
Yeah, the not the whole story of the process of leaving. This we will leave for the next time maybe, but your first impressions of where you are right now and of people and
Oh, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe I don't get it yet. But no, well, I can say that no one was unpolite for me or rude or
disrespectful.
yes, disrespectful. I don't seen it yet. Maybe. My experience. I can tell about my landlord, or how you can say it, the guy who rent out the apartment.
Landlord, yeah, that's
Yes.
the perfect word.
I booked the apartment on a booking, and the guy who rented out for me, he was a refugee from Yugoslavia. It was Yugoslavia.
Yeah,
back
I
then.
guess. Yeah.
Well, there was a war, and they live, and he and his family lived in Canada for 20 years, and now they all came back to Serbia, and this is his business now. He rent out the apartment. Well, and he was very nice for me. He helped me a lot. He was always
Supportive.
support. Yes, he was always maybe you want something, maybe you need something
helpful and
yes. And he tell me that I'm a refugee too, and I can relate, I can understand you. Well, and the guy in my work, Serb, he's friendly too. He's nice. And all the belongings, they are friendly and kind. I don't know. I like it here.
all the locals, you mean?
Locals, yeah.
So you're still making making up your mind about
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, and I notice something. Well, I don't know. People seems okay. Everything seems okay.
Okay.
By far, I enjoy it. I enjoy life. There is the sad moments when I miss my family, I miss my daughter, but they plan to come to me, and it will be better.
Okay. Well, it was very good and nice and interesting to talk to you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we will talk again, definitely.
Okay.
I would love to.
I would love to.
Thank you, everybody,
Bye.
for listening, for looking at us, and even though the camera might have stopped again. But
Check.
we will check. And thank you, everybody, and cheers, bye-bye, до свидания.
До свидания.
Ciao.
Пока. Ciao. Gracias.
Да.
Окей.
В принципе, можно расслабиться теперь.
Oh, yeah.
Уя.